The LF code on your Maytag washer indicates a long fill issue. This error appears when the machine takes too long, specifically over 8 to 10 minutes, to fill with water during a wash cycle. This affects models like the Bravos, Centennial, and MVW series washers. The LF code is a built-in safety mechanism designed to prevent damage from running the washer without adequate water. In the following sections, we'll explore the most common causes behind this error and provide step-by-step solutions to get your washer working again. The inlet valve controls water entry into the washer. When faulty due to mineral buildup or electrical issues, it fails to open properly, reducing water flow and triggering the LF error. Clogged inlet screens filter debris but can become blocked, restricting water flow. Cleaning them often resolves the LF code by restoring proper filtration. Low water pressure below 20 psi prevents adequate filling. The washer requires 20 to 120 psi for proper operation, and insufficient pressure directly causes the LF error. The pressure switch monitors water levels. If it incorrectly senses low fill, it halts the cycle and displays LF. Faulty switches can trigger false positives. Start with the basics. Check that your water supply hoses are not kinked or damaged. Kinks restrict water flow and can trigger the LF error. Look for damaged fittings or screens. A clogged or broken inlet screen can severely reduce water flow, causing the washer to detect insufficient water. Verify that both hot and cold water supply valves behind the washer are fully open. Partially closed valves can limit water flow and contribute to the LF code. Low water pressure in your home can directly cause the LF error. Test your water pressure if possible. Washers need at least 20 psi to fill properly. The inlet screens are located where the water hoses connect to the washer. These small filters prevent debris from entering the machine, but often get clogged with sediment and minerals from the water supply. First, turn off the water supply valves behind the washer to prevent water from flowing while you work. Disconnect the hot and cold water hoses from the back of the washer. Place towels underneath to catch any remaining water. Carefully remove the inlet screens from the hose connections. They are usually small plastic or mesh filters that unscrew or pull out. Clean the screens thoroughly with a soft brush and white vinegar to dissolve mineral buildup. Rinse with water and inspect for damage. Reinstall the cleaned screens, reconnect the hoses, turn the water back on, and run a test cycle to ensure proper water flow. If cleaning the inlet screens doesn't resolve the LF code, the inlet valve itself may be faulty. You'll need a multimeter to check the valve's electrical resistance. First, disconnect the power to the washer for safety. Locate the inlet valve or valves where the water hoses connect to the washer. Carefully disconnect the wires from the valve's electrical terminals. Using the multimeter, measure the resistance between the valve's terminals. A normal reading is typically between 2 and 4 ohms. If the reading is significantly higher than 4 ohms or shows 0 ohms, the inlet valve likely needs replacement. Replacing the inlet valve in a Maytag washer is a moderately difficult DIY task, rated 4 out of 5 in difficulty. It requires basic tools and about 30 to 60 minutes. The replacement part costs around $50 to $100. First, ensure safety by unplugging the washer from the electrical outlet. Then, turn off the water supply valves and disconnect the hot and cold water hoses from the back of the machine. To access the inlet valve, remove the screws securing the top panel of the washer. Most Maytag models have 2 to 3 screws along the back edge. Slide or lift the panel toward the front to remove it, revealing the internal components. Carefully disconnect the water inlet hoses from the valve ports using pliers to loosen the clamps. Have towels ready for any residual water. Then disconnect the electrical wiring harness from the valve solenoid. Remove any screws or clips holding the inlet valve to the washer frame. Gently pull the valve assembly out of its mounting position. Inspect the old valve for signs of corrosion or mineral buildup. Install the new inlet valve in the same position as the old one. Secure it with the mounting screws or clips. Reconnect the electrical wiring harness to the valve solenoid terminals. Reattach the water inlet hoses to the valve ports and tighten the clamps securely. Replace the top panel and secure it with screws. Restore the water supply connections and plug the washer back in. Before running the washer, turn on the water supply and check for leaks around the new valve. Run a short cycle to ensure proper operation. If the LF code continues or you're uncomfortable with any step, contact a qualified appliance technician. Newer Maytag models from 2020 and later include smart diagnostic features that make troubleshooting easier. You can enter diagnostic mode by pressing specific buttons on the control panel, such as a service technician area or special code combinations. The Maytag or Whirlpool app provides remote access to diagnostics. Connect your washer to the app for real-time error identification and guided troubleshooting. The app may also connect you directly with a service technician for professional help when needed. If you're uncomfortable with DIY repairs, or if the problem persists after trying these steps, it's best to call a qualified appliance repair technician. Professional repair costs typically range from $150 to $300. However, remember that DIY repairs can save you money, especially for simple fixes like cleaning the inlet screens. Also, be sure to check Maytag's recall status on your model for free replacement of specific parts.